Alright guys, welcome back to Local Bank's Kitchen. I'm Chef Mike Reidy, and today we are going to be filming a lobster pasta, spiny lobster pasta. Spiny lobsters are local to San Diego, so we have one right here. These are going to be all of our ingredients essentially. So we have our poached lobster. We just poached it for about 30 seconds. We do that just so the meat kind of detaches from the shell and we're able to dice it up. So this is our portion lobster meat right here. It's about 3 ounces. We're going to be doing with the lobster. We're going to be doing everything in the pan here. We're going to be using a Campanelle shape. This is an extruded pasta, so it's just semolina, water, and squid ink. And Campanelle, translation in Italian means like a little bell, basically. So this is the pasta shape we're going to be using. Doing a lobster pasta with a tomato fennel sauce, some of the lobster stock. We saved the head for lobster stock, which is right here. So we have some of our lobster stock pre-made. It takes a couple hours to do that, so we went ahead and did that. Just like kind of classic French style lobster stock. And then this is our tomato fennel sauce we have here, just slowly cooked. These are the same tomatoes that we used. Garlic, fennel, lots of olive oil. And then we're going to be finishing the pasta with some lime, mint, and a little bit of breadcrumbs. Okay, so all right, here we go. We're going to get started here. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to heat up our pan. I'm using an induction here. And we're going to bring this up to 400 degrees. We're going to add in some really nice extra virgin olive oil right here. So we'll start with that. A really good amount in there. Okay, and we're actually, since we only poached the lobster for about 30 seconds, it's still nice and raw, and that's going to give us a nice little caramelization in the pan to build some flavors, so that we can deglaze with a little white wine and kind of bring those flavors into the sauce. So this is kind of a little bit better than just adding some chopped cooked lobster meat to a sauce. It's adding another layer of flavor. So that's what cooking is all about, just building flavors, as many steps as we can to make something simple become really complex and delicious. So looks like our pan's pretty hot already. We're gonna add our lobster meat in and our garlic right away, and just kind of start caramelizing some of that lobster meat with the garlic. We're gonna add our garlic and shallot in right away and start to caramelize some of that at the same time. And we actually really want this. The lobster's not gonna get fully cooked right now. We don't want to go too far with the lobster, because we're gonna cook in the the lobster's gonna cook in the sauce with the noodles. So we got some nice color here. We don't want it black, but we want it just a little bit. So we're gonna add our little Pinot Grigio here, just to deglaze a second. Hold it off the heat. Okay, perfect. And now we're gonna add our lobster stock. This is about 2.5 to 3 ounces of lobster stock that we're gonna add in. Okay. Just chopped that lobster meat up. We took that tail and just big chunks, because I think that's it's nice to have some nice chunks in there. And then we're gonna add one big spoon of this lobster meat in. And through the magic of television, we actually already have our pasta kind of par cooked. So we also have some of the lobster or the pasta water in there also. We're just gonna add this all in there right now, because we want the pasta water and the noodles and the sauce to kind of finish cooking all together. So we want to like overcook the pasta. So the pasta was just like 30 seconds, so it's gonna finish cooking now. Okay. right, and then to finish, we're gonna add a little bit of mint right now. And we just take those whole leaves and we just kind of tear them up. We really want the oils from the mint to get in there. And we're gonna do a lime. I'll just do like half a lime here. Actually, let's do butter first. We're gonna put a lot of butter in here, and it's gonna seem like a lot, but it's gonna all be nice and brought together with that butter. So our sauce is almost there. We really want to, right now what we're doing is kind of concentrating those flavors of the sauce and also kind of finish cooking the pasta. And some of the starches from the pasta water and the actual pasta itself is infusing into the sauce, kind of creating a little bit of a thicker consistency, which is what we're looking for. So we're kind of doing two things right now. Just to get the maximum flavor and texture out of the pasta dish itself. Just kind of moving it around just so it doesn't stick to the bottom also. At this point, this is when we're going to add the lime. We want to add the lime at the very, very end, just so the flavor of the lime, which is like really high in acid, and those oils are just at the very end, just cutting through all the richness of the lobster stock and the lobster itself. And it really goes, the lime and the mint are just a great combination together actually. You can see the sauce now is like really thick. It's sticking into the noodles, actually going inside of the shape of the noodle, which is kind of what we're looking for. You can see it looks really glazed. We are very, very, very close here. Okay. We don't want it to, what we don't want is for it to look really saucy. So I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to say that we are finished. And we're just going to throw in our nice bowl here. So here we go. Right in the center. And so we already have some breadcrumbs here. We actually made these at the restaurant. They're from all the wasted ends and bits of the bread, and we just toast them off in the oven, and we blitz them in a food processor, and then we actually cook them again in some olive oil just to toast them up further. Okay, turn this off here. All right, so this is our lobster campanelle. We're gonna finish with some mint, some torn bits of mint here. our toasted breadcrumbs here, just for texture. A little salty crunch, and then a little bit of olive oil. And we got our Lobster Campanelle pasta here, finished with lime and mint. Perfect. And guys, you can get this at the Fishery restaurant in Pacific Beach. It's actually on the menu, our Lobster Campanelle, and it goes great with our Muscio Primo Grigio from Italy. We actually have this also by the glass at the restaurant, so come on down to the Fishery and you can enjoy both of these on the menu for the next few months, probably till February or March. Okay, hope you guys enjoy it. Good, can't wait to see you guys.